Welcome back to the channel. We are hurtling towards World of Warcraft Midnight. The stakes have never been higher. The Void is coming to consume us all. But let's be honest, you don't know what's going on. You've skipped every quest text since the Mist of Pandaria. You think the Void is just what happens when your internet cuts out during a Mythic Plus key? Midnight is taking us back to the old zones and digging up lore from 2007. We need to prepare, so put down your DPS meters for 5 seconds and listen up. Here are 10 things I want you to keep in mind before you yeet yourself into the Void. The entire plot of Midnight revolves around the Void trying to corrupt the Sunwell and Silvermoon. The Sunwell is the source of Blood Elf magic. It's holy, it's shiny, it smells like lavender and ozone, but historically, it's the least secure location on the planet. Arthas used it to wash his dead horse and resurrect a necromancer. It got blown up, then the Burning Legion tried to use it as a portal. The Sunwell's essentially a cosmic public swimming pool where villains go to wash off their sins, and now the Void wants to skinny dip in it. If Blood Elves had just installed a decent security camera system in Warcraft 3, we wouldn't have an expansion. Midnight, the Elf Unification expansion? Good luck with that. Alright, here's the crash course. High Elves were the OG Alliance Elves. They liked blue, then Arthas trashed their house. The ones who were left got edgy and depressed, started wearing red, got addicted to green fell magic energy drinks, and renamed themselves the Blood Elves. Then Illyria Windrunner showed up, ate a Shadow Naru, and asked the other 10 Void Elves to join the Alliance, which are Blood Elves who listen to My Chemical Romance. In Midnight, we have to get the Green-Eyed Elves and the Purple Tentacle Elves to stop arguing on Reddit and fight together. It's gonna be a disaster. Xal'atath, the Harbinger. The big bad mommy of the Void. She's terrifying. She's manipulative. She's cosmic horror incarnate. She's also a foot model. But remember, back in Legion, she was just a sassy talking knife that Shadow Priests kept in their bag next to their hearthstones and 47 stacks of leftover cooking ingredients. She spent an entire expansion whispering creepy ASMR into the ears of priests, begging them to kill things. We freed her in battle for Azeroth, she got a body, and now she's about to eat the sun. Never trust talking cutlery, people. We are returning to Quel'Thalas, the land of the eternal spring. Except for the Dead Scar. When Arthas invaded 20 years ago, his armies left a literal highway of death that cuts the entire zone in half. Nothing grows there, and it's full of level 10 skeletons. The Blood Elves have had decades to fix this. They have brooms that sweep by themselves, but they just left the zombie freeway open. I assume in Midnight, the Void just walks right up to this convenient, pre-paved road of despair straight into the city gates. The protagonists of this expansion are High Exarch Turelion and Illyria Windrunner. Turelion is practically made of holy light. He's a paladin's paladin. Illyria is infused with the Void. In WoW cosmology, the light and the Void explode when they touch. They cannot physically touch each other without causing a reaction. Their marriage is literally explosive. Their domestic disputes involve cosmic forces tearing reality apart. And these are the two people that are supposed to lead us? I bet half the raid tier is just us trying to get them to communicate their feelings without vaporizing the kitchen. You know the old gods? Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, N'Zoth? The giant tentacle monsters that drove us insane? They were just the employees. The Void Lords are the CEOs creating the problems. They exist outside of our reality because they're too big and expensive to animate into the game's engine. They want to corrupt Azeroth to create a Dark Titan. We don't know her exact motives, but she was basically a regional manager for the Void Lords, trying to secure the merger of Azeroth into the Void. Why does everyone want our planet? Because Azeroth isn't just dirt and rock. It's a Titan egg, a world soul. It's apparently the most powerful Titan ever conceived, and that's why the Void wants to corrupt it, and the Titans want to order it. We are basically fleas living on the back of a cosmic golden retriever puppy that everyone wants to try to kidnap. If the Void wins in Midnight, the egg hatches wrong. and we get the Dark Titan Azeroth, which I assume means the entire game's UI turns purple permanently. Usually we think light, good, void, bad. But Midnight is going to challenge that. Remember when the light tried to force Illidan to become its champion against his will? The light demands obedience. It wants only one path. The void, ironically, sees all possibilities. It just so happens that most of those possibilities involve tentacles growing out of you. In Midnight, expect the Scarlet Crusade or some other fanatical light faction to cause just as much trouble as the Void cultists. The lesson here is that extremes are bad, okay? We are going back to the setting of the Burning Crusade expansion. The lore back then was... let's call it loose. Characters changed motivations mid-sentence. Kel'Thas went from a noble prince trying to save his people to a villain snorting demon dust in a spaceship in about 3 quests. Midnight has the impossible job of looking at the mess of 2007 lore and trying to make a coherent, modern story out of it without retconning absolutely everything. Get ready for some serious, actually it was all part of the jailer's plan, levels of explaining things away. Blizzard has said this is the World Soul Saga, a trilogy. The War Within, then Midnight, then The Last Titan. Midnight is the middle chapter. It's the Empire Strikes Back. It's the Two Towers. In the middle chapter, the good guys don't win. The bad guys get the upper hand to raise the stakes in the finale. Alright, my prediction, we're gonna fight hard in Midnight, we're gonna raid the Sunwell, and at the very end, Xal'atath is gonna win. The Sunwell goes dark, Silvermoon falls, and at the very end of the expansion, we ended on a massive, depressing cliffhanger, where everything is purple and sad. So get your transmogs ready for the apocalypse, everyone. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. If you feel slightly more prepared, or just more confused for Midnight, leave a like on the video. Comment with what piece of lore you hope they completely ignore in the new expansion. Personally, I hope they forget that gnomes exist. And subscribe for more deep dives where I explain why Murlocs are actually the ultimate power in the universe. And I will see you in Azeroth. Until next time, try not to stand in the fire.